I'm live. I'm trying this landscape out to see how it works. Hopefully you'll be able to see me. But awesome. What's up, guys? William here from fitnessforbackpain.com. Want to come at you real quick with another live Q&A. Not really Q&A, but I got an email question that kind of covered a lot of different areas. But what we're talking about today is basically progressing with lower back pain. People who have back pain, they start exercising because their doctor, their chiropractor, their physio, their awesome personal trainer said, oh yeah, give me money, I'll teach you how to exercise so that your back doesn't hurt. So these people who are doing this, working out and still have back pain, and they're doing it without progression as far as they're not getting relief from back pain using exercise, and for the people who are actually who are looking to progress with pain, who have pain currently, and knowing when to go to the next step. Okay, that's what we're covering today. So if you're new here, thank you so much for checking it out. I'm just getting more into doing these live questions via YouTube and just using them for later. So hopefully you guys can see me. I'm not sure if I can even see comments, so sorry. Maybe I can. Hold on. If you have any questions, just let me know. All right, cool. So jumping right in, what we're going to talk about is basically just looking at the training aspect and back pain. Okay, when exercise is bad for back pain, or for basically for the people who, if you go into the gym and you start on the treadmill, you start on the elliptical, you run, you do the machines, you deadlift, you squat, whatever you do, if you go into the gym and your back hurts during the exercise, and a lot of this is going to make common sense. I'm going to explain to you why. If your pain hurts while you're exercising, you've got to stop. That's not going to help. If your pain hurts after you leave the gym, so let's say you go in, your back hurts, you start exercising, pain starts to kind of go away a little bit. You're like, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to stay around here and keep working out. What happens is once you leave, you may leave feeling better, but by the time you get home, couple hours into making dinner or whatever you do, or by the time you get to work, your back is shot. It's super tight. It's almost like it's, as the day goes on, it's clamping down on you. That's a sure tell sign that what you're doing is not the right thing to do for your lower back pain. So there's a few different reasons for this, and there's exercise-induced back pain. There's symptom issues when you're in the gym, you're exercising, whatever's happening when you're at the gym as far as things getting tight or what you're specifically working on that's causing more causing more harm than good. So let's talk about first real quick what you're looking at when it comes to exercising when you go into the gym and you leave with back pain. What you're doing in the gym you shouldn't be doing, period. Because there's one thing you always have to remember when it comes to back pain is you're never going to work through pain. So you're never going to go to the gym and be like, man, my back is hurting like crap, but you know what? This is good for me. I hear it all the time, like my body hurts, my knees feel like they're going to explode, but I know this is good for me. That's not always the case. And when it comes to lower back pain, it's definitely not the case. You're never going to push through pain to get to a better place. When it comes to AC repair and knee replacements, hip replacements, yes, but this is a different story. If you have inflamed discs, if you've had a spine surgery, then that's not the case. So you have to keep that in mind, that you're never going to be working through pain. Looking at when you're rehabbing a lower back, if you're in the gym and let's say your doctor said that your core is weak, your doctor said that your lower back is weak, going in and doing specific exercises like deadlifts or squats or crunches or leg raises or leg drops or whatever you want to do, it's not conducive to healing a lower back. Okay, so that's when exercise gets bad for people with lower back pain, is when they're going in and they're making their symptoms worse. Okay, but remember, just because you're exercising does not mean it's going to fix or repair or rehab your lower back. Okay, so kind of going into when to progress. Okay, so you kind of have this idea if you're going into the gym and what you're doing in the gym is painful or it's causing pain, obviously you're in a place, you're in a season of your rehab that you shouldn't be doing any kind of exercise, period. You have to back off and focus on rehabbing, whether it be mobility, whether it be strengthening your core, whether it be strengthening your lower back specifically. Usually not the case, but it could be it for you. Let's talk about progression. So you go into the gym and you're doing your rehab stuff. You've done your pelvic floor contractions. You're doing the static bear. I'm going to throw out names to you because you haven't seen this stuff yet, but static bear contractions, where you're working your deep transverse abdominals, your deep core, your pelvic floor. You're learning how to coordinate movement with your core. Very elementary fundamental movements or fundamental levels or layers of core training can be found there. But when do you progress? So let's say you're doing that and you're feeling good. When you go to the next phase, it's always about how you feel. You have to grade it off of how you feel. So what that means is, if you're doing, let's just say, let's take the plank. Everyone does the plank. Everyone thinks the plank is what fixes back pain. So let's take the plank. Let's say you're doing the plank and you can do it for 30 minutes. I'm sorry, whoa, that'd be a long plank. It's impossible. 30-second plank, okay? You can do it pain-free. Great. What that means is, if before you were doing planks at 30 seconds and your back was hurting, then that's a good thing that you didn't progress or push your limits. If you're at 30 seconds and you can do it pain-free, go to that 45 seconds, okay? If you can maintain it being pain-free, that's how you know that you're progressing at a healthy pace. But let's go to different exercises. Let's go to the side plank, to the front plank, and let's do stir the pots, okay? All these exercises you can find on this YouTube channel somewhere. I know there's videos on here of that, so you can check them out. Progressing from a front plank to a stir the pot. If you go from the front plank, pain-free, and then you go to the stir the pot and you do it for 15 revolutions and you're in pain, there's one of two things are going to happen. Number one, it's your body has to adapt to this new exercise. So give it a couple of days, give it a week maybe. Continue to do it, maybe tone back on your revolutions if you're doing clockwise, counterclockwise in the stir the pots. Then stick to a small number. Check in on your organization. Basically what I mean by that is just checking in on your core contraction, your glute contraction, how well you're using everything. Check in on that, make sure that's perfect, make sure your form is perfect, and then play with your reps, okay? So let's say you're doing 5 and you're doing it with slight discomfort, it's kind of hurting afterwards, and you've gone through all the checks. Then you've gone a whole week by doing it and you're still in pain and it maybe has increased. That's how you know that you should not be doing that exercise. What you have to do is you have to take it back. So you have to maybe do front planks again, or you have to do side planks again, or you have to do pay lift presses or something similar to stir the pot, but that's not as aggressive as the stir the pot. Hope that makes sense. So if you're doing the stir the pots and your pain isn't worse, but it's kind of gone down, it's gotten a little bit easier, then that's how you could say, hey, let's try it for another week. Let's try this exercise for another week and see how I feel. And this goes across the board when it comes to exercises, not just core training. You can do it as deadlifts. Let's say you used to deadlift 400 pounds or 300 pounds, whatever you used to do. You hurt your back or you've had chronic back pain, now you're trying to rehab, start with the bar. Can you hip hinge with the bar? If you can do that for a week with no pain, go to 95 pounds. Deadlift with a hip hinge, do it great form. If you can do it with no pain or slight discomfort, stay there for a week to 2 weeks, dial in on your form, make sure you're doing it perfect, and then move on. If your pain increases, you're not ready for deadlifting yet, period. Back off. As much as you want to do it, just back off. If you can get away from the pain, so it kind of was a discomfort, your body's trying to adapt to that new weight, you have to learn those new habits, make sure everything's locked in, and you adapt to that new weight, then what you're going to do basically is stay there. If you're not in pain, if your pain is decreasing, you can stay there, stick to that weight, and then continue to progress until you can do it pain-free. So that's pretty much, in a nutshell, answering the question, when is exercise bad for you? It's bad for you when it's causing you pain. You never work through back pain, period. It's just not a thing. When it comes to how do you know when to progress, You always grade it off of how you feel. It's okay to go from one exercise to the next level of exercise, have some slight discomfort, a little bit of pain, a little bit of irritation. As long as you go through all your checks and balances of making sure that everything is perfect while you're doing that exercise, as long as you're there, it's okay to have some slight discomfort, because you have to progressively load your body. You have to load your back, load your legs, load your body in a sense of exercise for your body to adapt and get used to and feel safe doing that exercise. But if you do the exercise, your pain increases. You give it another week, your pain continuously increases or doesn't change, odds are you have to back up and redo some fundamental exercises to retrain your body to get to the point where you can do that loaded exercise. In a nutshell, that's it. So I've gone 10 minutes now. Sorry to waste your time if you feel like it was a waste of time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, the emails that I get from you guys are greatly appreciated. You guys watching this. If you are new here, go to the website, fitnessforbackpain.com. Articles that go up there weekly. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming out. I'm designing this entire video course on the core essentials, which is going to blow your mind once it's released. I'm super excited for that because I don't see it on the internet, and people need it. People seriously need this information, and I don't really know why no one's really talking about it. So excited for that. Subscribe to this channel. Go over to the website, fitnessforbackpain.com. Get on the mailing list. Lots of cool stuff coming out in the next month or so, plus content straight to your inbox. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Make sure you share, hit like, thumbs up. I'll talk to you guys later.